I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. We are giving away a free piano restoration. We've done it before and we are doing it again. We've done it before with, we had lots and lots of entries. They were fantastic entries. People made little mini documentaries about their family history. That's really what we're looking for is fantastic stories, great family history, great family togetherness. The mission here is to bring together families through music and through pianos. And so that's kind of the purpose of what we're doing. So pianos, they are like the perfect vehicle for intergenerational, bringing generations across. Actually, I'm in my office here, and I actually have my great-grandfather's portrait up here, and it's a family thing. Pianos go from one generation to another. So I want to hear stories, collect stories, bring them in, and then we choose a winner. I believe is it Mother's Day? Yep, last year was Mother's Day. This next year it's going to be Mother's Day, so you've got some time, but don't procrastinate. And we will be choosing the best kind of mini family documentary. Okay, so here is a sweet lady. I haven't seen this before, so I'm going to be reacting to this live. Seen it for the first time. Okay, let's check it out.
Okay, well, this is the piano. My grandmother bought this
Windsor.
piano for my aunt when she was 10 years old, and so it would have been 1942. She bought it from a
and it was probably
lady,
used for 30, 40 years by then already.
Concert pianist. Now, I'm assuming that she was the original owner, but I don't know. And how long she had it, I don't know.
We'll get the year on it, but just judging by the cabinetry, it's probably about, I would say, between 1895 and 1905, somewhere in there, maybe 1910. They started to get a little bit less ornate, just seeing the corner there. So 1942, it was probably already about 40 years old.
But that's where we got it into our family. Bennion, my aunt, played, and then when she married, it was several years because I was 5 or 6. So that would be 55, 56, that I remember sitting at this piano as a kid, pounding on the keys, and then I would come down to this end and put my arms on it and go, boom, make the monster sound.
Of course. I remember doing that too.
And Grandma
and playing with the pedals.
And my mom were in the kitchen, and she came walking in and reached up and put the lid down and locked it.
Oh, torture.
I still have the key. It's right up there. Anyway, and that's when I got my first lecture on taking care of the ivory keys. That no cars, no trucks, and no toys.
Okay, interesting that she says that because we have so many. So we have a full-time key shop here, and actually we've got a couple people that do nothing but keys, and we do at least a couple sets of keys a week. And for some reason, it's so common that people, when they have chipped keys, ivory is fairly brittle. It looks a lot like wood. It looks like a white wood. I mean, it's an organic material. It's elephant tusk. And so it's very common that all of those chips, people say, my uncle, when he was a kid, he took a Tonka truck to the front of the keys. That's actually very common. And there she is saying no cars, no trucks. Yeah.
Fingers only. And that was the lecture my kids got, and the grandkids have
got that lecture too.
It only takes once, because it's a whip and a fence to put anything on.
A whip and a fence. In my family, it wasn't a whip and a fence, but it was a mom and dad raised their voice, maybe a fence.
I do remember sitting at this piano as a child, and my mother was, she played violin, but my aunt got married, moved, and it just kind of sat in Grandma's house, and one day Grandma sold it to a lady in the neighborhood.
Oh no.
And my mother was devastated because she wanted it, and Grandma didn't know it, and Mom didn't know that she was going to sell it. So she went over to Ruth, it was Mary Ann Barber who they sold it to. And Mom went over to visit with her and said, if you ever want to get rid of that piano, would you please call me first? So it was about 10 years, and because I was in ninth grade when Ruth Ann's children had all gone and nobody was playing the piano, and so she called Mom and says, would you like the piano? So Mom bought it for me. And being in
So it was bought twice by the family.
being 15 and ninth grade and drill team and band and doing all the things that I was doing, I didn't take the time to practice like I should. I did take lessons for about 6 months from a lady in our ward, and she was a concert pianist. And but I was discouraged because I'd played first chair clarinet for 4 years, and I got to play the hard stuff in the music pieces, and where I couldn't sit down and just play hard stuff, it was discouraging, and so I didn't practice like I should and didn't put forth the effort that I should, and never really learned the technique. She finally said, you're wasting my time and yours. So I didn't take lessons anymore. And so I just kind of taught myself the things that I wanted to play. There are some things, that's what this book is just things that I could play that I wanted to learn and taught myself. Didn't have the technique down right, slaughtered the timing. I was never very good. I could never play to accompany anyone. So anyway, when I married, I took the piano with me. Our oldest daughter took lessons for a very short time. She was not interested in piano, so she quit. And then the youngest two, his dad and his sister, took lessons from a lady over in our neighborhood who was a concert pianist. She was incredible. She could practice in her mind. Anyway, that's another story. But there were some hard times, and we had loaned them some money. And she came to us and said, well, how about if I give your kids piano lessons to kind of work off some of this money? And so we did that, and they took lessons for, it was 3 or 4 months. And then it was Christmas break, and then they didn't have lessons for a while from the break. And when it was time to go back to the lessons in January, they would not go. And that's when I got out of them. She was not very nice to them. In fact, she was actually quite mean to them. And I think it had to do because she owed us the money and the time, and she was dealing with some health issues, and she's a nice lady. So, but that ended their piano career.
Many stories, by the way, of traumatized piano students who took piano lessons from, for some reason, it's always a German lady who would slap their wrist with a ruler. So it sounds like she's maybe got some German in her.
So it's just kind of been tinkered with until the grandkids started coming, and all of my sons have married women that played, and they've taught their children, like Daniel, his family, and the others. A lot of the grandkids play and play well, and they'll come over and they'll play, and I love it. Every once in a while, somebody will come in from the other room and say, quit playing, we're trying to visit. And I just go, no, let them play. I love to hear the tones come out of this piano that I know it's capable of, that I never attained that level. And so to see them play and take advantage of the talents that they have, I so dearly want it to go on, someone to have it. When I've had tuners come in and tune it, they would all comment what a wonderful tone that it had. They said, "Oh, it's got such a rich tone," and they would comment on that. And so I know it's a good piano. I just didn't take advantage of it like I should. And so to have the grandkids be able to take it and to have them already playing so well that I know that they will make good use of it, and I know their kids will make good use of it. There, at one time, there was one of the pedals kind of stuck, and you'd push on it and it stayed down. And there's a little lever underneath there that I opened it up and pulled the front down and wiggled it a little bit and vacuumed it all out and put it back together, and it's worked fine since. So maybe it was dust. I don't know.
Weights and the keys would be awesome.
Yeah. So from that, basically, as far as I'm aware, because I'm not as aware as you guys would be of to what it might need, other than the scratches and things that are on it are
No question, it needs to be rebuilt simply because of age. No, even though it appears to have been, at least according to her story, it appears to have been taken good care of. 100 years is a long, long, long time for anything, for any physical device, but especially something with so many moving components. And you've got all of these materials that 100 years, it's simply got leather and cloth and felt and wood and steel and lots of other materials. And 100 years, just it needs to be totally rebuilt, even if it was babied, simply because of age.
all happened in things when it was moved, I think, because we've tried to put it someplace where it would not be abused. And I will give it to my grandson.
Nice.
So 4 generations in our family. Right down here, there is an H scratched into the piano, and
It needs to be refinished for sure.
that would have been my uncle Harmel. That did
Harmel?
this, and he always said he
Did you say
didn't.
Harmel?
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Which means he did.
Unless he got framed.
That would have been when he was. Well, he would have been 12-ish because he was a year younger than Mom.
Unless Mom framed him. That's a realistic possibility. Or another sibling. Would you like to win a free piano restoration? Go to brighamlarsonpianos.com. In the top left drop-down menu, select Free Restoration Giveaway and submit your entry. We look forward to watching your piano legacy video soon.